In this video, I'm going to introduce you to the Dex Mobile App that I use in conjunction with Sage Business Cloud Accounting to speed up my bookkeeping tasks, reduce unnecessary paperwork, and to store cost vouchers without having physical files for easy electronic retrieval at a later stage. So let's jump onto the Dex Mobile App, which is the starting point of our transaction. In front of me, I have an expense slip received from a restaurant that I have visited entertaining clients. I have already downloaded the Dex Mobile App and I press the Dext icon on my phone. Dext will open. At the bottom of my screen, I press on the camera icon. Dext accesses my phone's camera and I can now snap a picture of the expense slip. The system setting is single, which means that I am going to take a picture of a single slip at a time. To enable you to view your slips at a later time, ensure that the photo of the slip is clear and readable before you press the green folder button on your phone. Once I have taken the photo, Dext gives me the option to immediately complete other fields like the expense category and description. To ensure that I don't forget who I entertained, I complete the description field now. It is a requirement of the South African Revenue Service, or SARS, to provide an explanation about entertainment expenses. By completing the description and name who I entertained, I would be able to comply with their requirements. At the top right corner in the review field, I press on the forward icon. The slip is now loaded onto Dext, where the magic extraction can happen. My advice or best practice after I've uploaded the slip is to rather log into Dext from a PC. The screen is much larger and it is easier to view and read the finer details on the expense slip. I'm now going to log into Dext with my laptop, where I can also view the slips that I've captured with my mobile phone. All the costs, slips and invoices can be found at the inbox within the costs menu. The slip that I've uploaded with the Dex Mobile App appears there, where its status is to be reviewed. Click on the To Be Reviewed button. The photo of the slip is on the left side of the screen and the fields extracted from the photo are on the right hand side of the screen. To verify that Dext has extracted the correct information from the slip, we can look at each field. The type of document is a receipt. Here we can see that the date on the slip agrees with the date extracted by Dext, the supplier's name, and now we can categorize this expense by clicking on Category. Our list of expense categories, which is obtained from our accounting software, is displayed. Dext's predictive text is great. By starting to type the name ENTER, we can narrow down the selection to entertainment. You can see the description that I have typed on the mobile app appears in your description field, and I can add additional information or replace it with something else if I wanted to. Under the amount heading, we can see that the written total amount from the slip agrees with the amount extracted by Dext. The tax field default setting is set as extracted amount, which means that the tax stated on the invoice will be used. Naturally, with suppliers that are not VAT registered, the default should be null. You can also zoom in and out to have a clearer view of the slip. Since no VAT or tax is claimable on this entertainment expense, I'm going to ensure that no VAT is allocated on this transaction by going down the drop-down list of the tax amount, typing in NO for no to refine my search, and then select no VAT for this transaction. For the purpose of this example, I'm going to process this transaction as a cash book entry to one of our bank accounts. An alternative method would be to process it as a supplier invoice in the supplier transaction field. Now select the payment method. Each payment method is linked to a cash book in our Sage Cloud accounting system. If a payment method is not linked to our accounting bank or cash book, I can link it here by selecting the bank and then click on Link. When the Publish button is green, it means that all the parameters that are required by Dext to post this transaction to Sage have been completed. Click on Publish and the transaction is now recorded in your accounting system. Once the publishing is completed, you will get the message at the bottom of your screen saying item successfully published to Sage Accounting South Africa with your company's name, in my case, the Fun Accountant Demo. After an item has been published, it is removed from the inbox and transferred to the archive folder. The archive folder is the place where your slips are stored after you have published it. Let's test how this transaction was captured in Sage Cloud Accounting. In order to do this, I'm going to perform a walkthrough test by looking at the accuracy in the cash book or bank, and then the entertainment expense account, which is the category we have selected for this expense. At the top navigation bar, go to Banking, Transactions, then click on Banking. You will be directed to New Transactions in your bank account. All your new bank transactions are displayed here. At the top line, we can see that the entry has been processed in my bank account with the date, supplier name under the payee column, the description that I entered on the Dex Mobile App, the type is account, and the account category selected by the system is entertainment. Dext has also added a reference number, no VAT has been recorded, and the total amount of R300 has been added to the spent column. A helpful feature is the proof of the expense that has been added to the transaction line. With this feature, there is no need to look into physical files in an attempt to find a document that relates to this transaction. You can see that the paperclip near the end of the transaction line now has an orange color instead of the normal gray color, which means that there is a document attached to this line in my bank account. To open the document, you click on the orange paperclip and the attachment menu will open. In most cases, this attachment is too small to view it properly. If you click on the file number next to the picture, you can download the document from where you can open it, and the image of the slip that I have taken is displayed. To go back to your bank transactions, you click on Close. To view a report of the classification of the expense in its category, you go to Accounts at the top navigation menu, then Reports, and then click on Account Transactions. You are directed to the Transaction Reports menu, where you can determine the date range of your report, the account you would like to view, and other settings that will determine the report you would like to get from the accounting system. In the date range, I'm going to select yearly, current year, and then by clicking in the field next to account, all the accounts will open from where I can make a selection. I start to type entertainment, and the options that I can choose from are narrowed down depending on what I have typed. I select entertainment and then click on View Report. In the entertainment transaction report, we can see the transaction in the last line of our ledger. We have now completed our testing. I hope that you have noticed that I did not manually capture any data, except for the description while I was on the Dex Mobile App. Hopefully you too can fast track your bookkeeping tasks with the cloud accounting tools that I've shown in this video.